Zane Clodfelter with OttersTV, here with a former Otters player and now a catching instructor on Andy McCauley's staff, Phil Britton. Phil, thanks for joining us. I know you're excited to be back here at Bossy Field.
Man. Baseball again, it's awesome, man. It's awesome to be here.
Right, so 2020 was an interesting year for all of us. So what did you do knowing that, baseball is a big part of your life and there was no baseball to be played?
So we've got, with Britton's Bullpen, we've got 3 facilities. We're at one in Olney, Fort Branch, and then over in Boonville. And so for us, we were in shutdown mode.
Right.
We were just being patient, just like everybody else was. And fortunately for us, we started some baseball activity. We were able to get outside in May.
Nice.
Still holding our breath, crossing our fingers for baseball here.
Right.
But yeah, staying patient. And then finally, we were able to open some things up, get outside in June. And we got back to kind of a normal schedule in June and more so into July. And then throughout the winter, we kind of had some setbacks with it, but we were able to keep doors open, and we've been slowly getting back to normal. I would say we are back to normal operating there, and then obviously we missed out on Otter Ball last year, which was a stinking bummer, which makes it all that much sweeter to be here this spring.
I know, like how interesting and just was it, I guess, waiting for the official word? Because, for me, it felt like the inevitable was going to happen, that the season was going to get canceled. You're still holding out hope, but when that announcement finally came, your heart had to sink a little bit, right?
Yeah, it's a bummer, man, because, this is part of, this is a humongous part of my season, to be here for the 2.5 weeks, and then intermittently through the season, when we don't have our ball stuff going on back home, and then obviously, anything in the playoffs. So, still holding out. You could kind of tell where things were going, throughout kind of Major League Baseball, when they're opening things up, and then kind of knowing a little bit about the league. It was going to be a real tall order for baseball to go on this year, but yeah, it was a bummer, man, because like I say, getting here out on the field, getting around professional baseball, and then with our staff, these guys are like family. There's no way to replace the guys that are here in the feel of being here at Bossy and being here with the Otters, man. It was a definite bummer last year.
Right. You've done a lot of different things for the organization. A former catcher yourself here in town at Bossy Field. Obviously, things have changed a lot since you last played, including the hat, the pullover, and all that stuff.
Yeah, we got brand new fits here this year, so we're excited to see. It's nobody's looking at the coaching staff, obviously, but as far as players go, they make them look a lot better than what we do as coaches. But yeah, they're nice, man. It's a nice new.
So you like the look?
Yeah, it's bold, it's different, and right now it follows along the lines of what you're seeing a lot of other minor league clubs throughout the minor leagues.
Right. For a lot of just the casual baseball fan, they think being a catcher, it's simple, just catching the baseball, but there's a lot more that goes into it, right?
That's
like, where do you begin?
Yeah, right. For number one job of a catcher is to catch a baseball, right? Certainly. But after that, you turn into the on-field coordinator. As far as paying attention to what my pitcher's got, how good is his stuff? Does he have all of his pitches? I've got to work with what he's good at that day. I've got to calculate where the hitters are. What kind of swings have they taken? Are they ahead? Are they early? Are they in front? Are they behind? Are they up? Are they back? There's in each pitch there's micro adjustments. Each and every pitch, and then keeping an eye on your field. Maybe needing to adjust outfielders, maybe slide an infielder in, trying to keep guys. You're just trying to give guys help. You're trying to tip them off with what you're seeing. It's the best seat in the house behind home plate. So, you get to see the entire field. That's the coolest part of it.
So, over the course of a year, what are particular things you're looking for out of your catchers to make sure that that they're on the right page and doing what they need to be doing to be successful?
Health first and foremost. It's no different than a car engine, man. Like you've got to be running smooth. You've got to be healthy. You've got to have the right fuel. If guys are run down, there's a difference of playing sore, playing hurt versus just playing exhausted and playing flat. So making sure guys are healthy is the first thing, and then after that, it's are guys developing with their pitching staff.
Right.
And at the end of the day, you've got to make pitches with conviction, and if you can throw signs down knowing that, hey, I'm throwing this thing down, knowing that he's thinking the same, I'm thinking the same, this guy's trusting me, I'm leading this guy, I'm leading the guy on the mound into a successful pitch, some good execution. And you're looking for those, those types of minor detail that are huge. Plus, it really slows the game down. I mean, we've had some games in spring training, not with us personally, but we've seen some other teams that, man, they make a lot of mound visits. Like, holy smokes, man, this is slowing the pace down. These guys aren't on the same page, and it takes a bit more time. It drags on, and then before you know it, balls are banged in the gap, and now guys are kind of like, well, he called it, well, I called it, and now you're not on the same page, and it creates a little bit of a rub, and it's not good.
Final thing, you grew up in nearby Alney,
Yeah.
across the Wabash River from Evansville. Prior to playing here, being close enough, did you ever have the opportunity to play at Bosse Field when you were in high school?
We did. So my head baseball coach in high school was Andy Julian. Andy's from Newburgh, and so
Okay.
Andy made a really good point to coordinate ball games here. I know we played North here, and I'm not so certain that we might not have played Newburgh here or Castle here as well. But yeah, I did. I got to play here just a couple times, and of course, it's freaking awesome.
Right.
You're in a true dugout.
Yeah.
You get to sit around in spots and kind of check game. Of course, you want to be out on the fields where you want to be, but in between innings, you feel like you're a big deal. You get
Big time in high school.
Oh yeah, big time stuff. And of course, the local high school programs, get
Right.
to play here all the time, man. Really fortunate for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, he's Phil Britton. I'm Zane Clodfelter. This has been Otters TV.